Hello there again, everybody, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Thank you all so much for the wonderful comments in the previous episode. It has been an absolute pleasure to read them all. Today we're going to be dealing with all of that. That's right, there is a whole bunch of salvage that we have managed to extract from our little piracy endeavor. Oh, it's already piracy, is it? Completely legitimate salvage, Expanse style. And the Leapfrog 2, still yet to be named, the jury's still out, is rudimentary at best at this point. Also in dire need of finished thrusters. Yes, definitely could do with some better thrusters. In fact, you know what, why don't you give me that, and let's go ahead and paint this, not the ignore color. And maybe they'll get built now. I'm just hoping enough time has elapsed at the base that we've actually refined all the stuff we harvested last episode. But we now need to process all of this heavy metal. Look at that. 25 metal grids, 11 metal grids, some other amounts of metal grids. It's an absolute cornucopia of nickel and cobalt. Not to be confused. I don't even know what the best way to go about this is. Now, we could just use the build and repair for the grinding, but nah. I think I'm actually going to turn off the janitor mode for the moment. I'm just going to completely turn it off and say, I need you to chill, bud. There we go. I don't want you grinding these bits. I think, as per our rules, if we're going to grind stuff up, we got to feed it to a pit. Meaning that I want to grind up all this over here to build ourselves a grinder wall. Now that's pretty straightforward. It's something we've done before in this game, in fact quite a few times. But what I'm going to have to do is, well, here's the question: do we want it recessed into the asteroid, kind of like the, where is it? Kind of like the printer wall is. There we go. Or do we want it sort of sticking out from the asteroid? Which may end up being better for us for the simple reason that it will be able to deal with larger bits. Yeah, that's a tough one. Are you welding it? Are you repairing the metal grids? Yes, you are. Okay, I'm going to temporarily turn you off so that you chill. Okay, you're going to sleep, bud. You're harshing the vibe. And you're killing the intro. Okay, after much contemplation, and while exercising the power of Ra,
behold, the power of God.
I have decided that we shall build this a little bit differently to the way we did the welders. I want this to be the funnel through which things sort of enter the asteroid, sort of, ow, my body, and then this can be the hole through which they exit. And I think that in order to do that, I want... Oh god, I'm gonna die by flying into that if I keep this up. I think I want to build this relatively surface level. So that means tidying up the top here a little bit so that we can see exactly... Yeah, there we go, where our conveyor connections are. So we've got one right over there, which is actually kind of perfect. So now I just need to build out a slab of grinders. We'll probably do like a... Ooh, maybe a 9x9 set. We're definitely gonna have to move the antenna. This is not gonna cut it anymore. And then we're gonna get very creative with the walls and have them act a bit like a hopper on a wood chipper. That's the sort of design vibe I'm going for. So I think this is gonna be a time-lapse camera situation. I know, 2 time lapses within the first 5 minutes. What is viewer retention? I've never heard of it. Okay, go gadget, destroy your own channel. Okay, there we go. We've got ourselves a gantry and even some stairwell access, but you'll notice this turret, which I had to move, is not being welded, and that's because every single one of our metal grids has rather ironically been placed inside of this, which isn't really what we wanted. Also, there are reavers floating about, so do not turn on your antenna. Little man, you are going to die. Now, that's what this little service space underneath everything is for. At least that's the plan. This is where I want to put my various bits and perhaps even some of my pieces. God, that's a fun sound to wake up to, isn't it? So, what are we actually gunning for here? Well, I think I want to put my energy regeneration as my top priority. It may be safety in some other places, but it's definitely not here. Here, energy regeneration, number one priority. You know what I'm talking about? Also, physics is once again our greatest enemy and has decided to smash the starfish. This thing spun out and freaked out as bits of it were cut off. And, well, yeah, we have lost a few troops, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I don't know if you caught it in the time-lapse, but we did in fact have a little bit of trouble with the physics engine. Yes, our starfish got smushed. Rather badly, I might add. One of these bits broke off during the build and repair module's grinding process, during its welding process, during the repair process. And something spun off and freaked out and is now lost to the void around us somewhere. I'm sure we'll fly into it at some point, which will be lovely. But it is unpowered, so it should it should be trash removed at some point. Either way, we can go ahead and set up these. Now, how are we actually going to feed stuff in here? Because there's no gravity, and without gravity, especially artificial gravity, planetary gravity, it's kind of hard to do this sort of thing. Well, step one, of course, is turning the grinders on and off. That's always the basics. So I'm going to go ahead and get those set up on both sides. And then step two is going to be to figure out how we're going to make some gravity. And that's right, it's time for some gravity generators.
Yeehaw! Let's get this boy on the road! Get me in the hole! You know what I mean? Yeehaw!
Now, we haven't had one since the fireplace exploded. And I think it's probably well past due that we sort of rectify that. So there is the grav gen. That's what it looks like. It is rather gray at the moment. Let's see if I can't find me the pieces I need. 54 steel plates, huh? Expensive. Alright, so let's put one of these down right over there. And I want one on each corner, and I do have 4 of these little rooms. Yeah, the gravity generator components themselves, that's going to be sort of the sticky bit on all this. Now, Izzy should make 3 at a time, because that's what we had. So I'm just going to put 4 of these in each corner. Although we only need the 1, really. Yeah, let's just go with... Oh, you know what? You know why I would want 4? Oh, hello, kitten. Do you know why I would want 4 of these? I'm just realizing now is because we could even out the direction of the gravity. If we just set them each of them to like, I don't know, 0.25 G, it'll work. Now, artificial gravity does have its limitations in Space Engineers, and by some limitations, I mean it is rather pathetically limited in many, many ways. In that it doesn't actually affect anything except players and the little bits and things, the things floating around in space, right? That's pretty much all you've got to work with, which is far from ideal. Thankfully, there is a solution, and that solution's name is the artificial mass block. Basically what that does is tell the game engine, hey, I want you to actually pay attention to whatever this is with the artificial gravity. It's a performance saving thing, so it will typically just not calculate all the various physics requirements on sort of player-made blocks with artificial gravity, just to save on, calculations, and also so that your ship doesn't start sort of dragging itself down, which would be really funny. Also, we need to change your color so that you are the ignore color. It was set to red, but now I've set it to be that awful gray we've got outside. If I just go here and say set build color, yes, the build color is now the awful gray, which means it's being ignored, which means that we can restore goodness to the world. Yeah, we're gonna need a few more bullets. Apparently we're out of iron. That seems improbable. We had like 300,000. I guess what happens when you turn it all into steel plates. Okay, new strat. We're just gonna push it in. So I was going to use artificial mass blocks to make this work, but since we don't have gravity generators working just yet, instead we can turn on those and then just push this in. And that reminds me, we should probably take a quick little snapshot of the base so that if anything gets damaged, I can just put a blueprint up and have it repair itself. There we go. Perfect fit, no damage whatsoever. Absolutely flawless sentry. Okay, excellent. So we've managed to successfully grind down one of the many panels involved here, and now we get to do the rest. Might want to consider moving the landing gear up to the front of the ship and then just doing this like nose first. Just because it's kind of hard to do the translations like at 90 degrees to where you're actually moving. It's a little awkward. And let's just shave off this long bit and then we'll figure that out. Okay, now I wasn't kidding about the whole projector idea, but I will admit it was probably a bad idea to build that whole grinder wall thing out of light armor. Well, now we'll have the grids to upgrade it at some point in the future at least. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off in its entirety and weld it on here. I guess we'll just do that for now, as goofy as it looks. I mean, I can rotate it, I guess. Oh, and we can now also separate these pieces. Or, do you think we can fit that in? You think that'll fit in there? Nah, we should separate them. So let's actually grab a hold of this, move it out the way, and then do this in the stupidest way imaginable. Okay, lovely. Now hold on, I'm beginning to realize something rather terrifying, which is that I could grind this down like so. Still working at 90 degrees, but maybe it's more manageable this way? We do have a lot more thrust in this direction. Okay, this might be a job for the time-lapse camera at this point. Okay, so here we see one of the major issues with the vanilla game grinders, which is that they just simply cannot deal with certain shapes of deformation, like this right here. See, if I go ahead and tap that like so, now it'll grind. Right? If I go ahead and push back in, that'll grind now. And it's about the fact it's like where the points are. Oh, never mind, it should grind now. Is what I would say. If it had ground. What's your problem, bud? Aren't you working? Oh, come on. Come on, space engineers. Just don't be too painful today. That's all I ask. Oh, there's a Reaver Devourer. It's killing something over there. There's been a lot of those recently. They're getting bigger. They're definitely getting bigger. Alright, but maybe we've got enough for the artificial gravity now? Maybe? I could hope. Nope. I want you to disassemble 200 metal grids. Right, that'll give us back a ton of iron, 700 of it. 500 metal grids, that'll give us back 2,000 iron. Okay, while that does that, hear me out. This is what I think we should be doing. What are you doing right now? You are making thruster components. That is lovely for you. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should take this lad over here. We should quickly check his block count. It should be at 199. Yes, it is. Which means we can put a cargo connector on here. And I think we should go and try and dock this with the asteroid. And the iron asteroid. And see if we can't siphon off what little... Well, what little iron is left over there. and bring it back and process it. Okay, they should build that. Perfect. Okay, we're going to leave behind the big chunk, kind of acting like a little bit of armor, and we're going to go to our iron mine. Alpha, Alpha, Alpha. Where are you? There you are. 8 kilometers away. Let's get to him. Okay, there it is. There it is in all its glory. Mining Station Alpha. How the hell are we gonna dock this thing? It's a little larger than the starfish were. I would have taken the starfish, but it is currently in pieces. And not very happy pieces either. I think the projector block got smashed too by the rolling debris, which is, that's an extra layer of tragedy atop the comedy. Someone did point out earlier that it appears, it does appear that the reaver that attacked this ship may very well have blown itself up. And the reason I think it did that is because there was a very large crater next to this base, which was full of scrap metal, which I flew through and then just kind of dismissed it. But I think that was the shell of the reaver. They do sometimes have warheads in them. And so that when they arrive in spectacular fashion, they are able to commit, I don't want to get demonetized, Sudoku. Yes, they can commit Sudoku and, and take their enemies with them. Also, shout out to Past Me for putting in the red light. That is definitely helping here. Okay, let's roll so that we can get the connector on the right side. Maybe we can dock this? Maybe? There's a chance. It's a very low one. Hold on. I think if we just do a bit of surgery, we might actually be able to make this work. As many people pointed out, it does make more sense to have this thing face up. So let's do that. And we don't really need to worry about sorting it right now. We can just manually transfer the stuff. This mine is done. It's mined all the iron it's gonna mine, and then it also got blown up. Those are both problems. Thankfully, I inexplicably built a pipe tube all the way up to my solar farm when I made this place, which means, yes indeed, we actually have, here you are, we actually have the ability to salvage some of it and make it connect with this guy. Okay, painted white for my pleasure. Let's go ahead and get a little closer. I don't love that. Okay, I'll let you guys go pick up all the scrap metal you like. They're very partial to it. It looks like we're actually, oh god, man, trying to 3D space, 2D screen. You know the issues. You played Kerbal Space Program. You know how it is. It is insane how good the brain is, though, at adapting, like, your understanding of how things sort of are relative to one another. Just with a little bit of a change of camera perspective. That is way too much juice. Wow. Okay. We're locked in. We're locked in. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a cheeky little iron. Iron. Done. We've done it. Okay, we've salvaged the base. And I guess that's it. Alright, off we go. Goodbye, Mining Station Alpha. We hardly knew thee. I mean, we could scrap it for parts, but honestly, I think I'll just leave it there as a shell. There's another iron deposit nearby that it could potentially exploit, so yeah, we'll just leave it for the moment. Okay, take me back to the banana stand. Also, there is a reaver floating around. I don't want to get too close to them. Many people seem to understand how the reavers work, but for those of you who don't, who haven't played with them, they're very, very fun. They lock in on antenna at range, but there is also like a visual identification range they can work from. So if they get within, I think it's 2 kilometers of you, they will pivot and attack you, provided they don't have another target that they're moving towards. So just be careful. Just because you've got your antenna turned off doesn't strictly mean you're okay. Case in point. Okay, I guess the visual range is 4 kilometers. Uh-oh. I think it's going for the base. It totally is. You know what? I call that very good timing. I'm gonna let it do its thing. Bye-bye. It's probably gonna smash into that rock. Yes, it did. They are very stupid when it comes to attacking stations. Okay. That was the heist of the century. My god. Ooh, there's a pirate ship over there. I do need more blocks. Reavers are scary. Yeah, I definitely need to put some Gatling turrets on the sides here. Even if I just put like 8 of them straight on the cargo containers for now. And that's just to deal with missiles. I am very aware of how vulnerable we are. We don't move fast enough yet without our rear thrusters to really accelerate away from danger. So we're gonna have to have some defense. I really didn't want to spend block count on it, but yeah, I think a little bit more up armor around the cockpit and the rear engines. That's probably the next big spend. And so turrets first, and then a little bit of armor. An assembler wouldn't hurt, to be honest, and we could set up a bit of an Izzy subscript to sort of maintain a certain amount of like ingots on this thing. Maybe just a couple thousand of each, or a couple hundred of each. I don't know. Just enough that you can make some basic emergency stuff, you know, so that you can keep the repairs coming. Yeah, it might be needed. Okay, that Reaver is very much stuck inside an asteroid. Okay, we're all good. But I think that might be the last we see of Mining Base Alpha. Not gonna lie. I think we do need to build this lad his own dock. And what better place, to be completely honest, to branch our new connector from than the old Leapfrog, or the old Lucy connector. Sorry, not Leapfrog. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Okay, connected. There we go. That works. It's a little dark on that ship without lights. That's fine. Maybe we don't count lights as part of the block count. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I did accidentally blow up my, one of the washrooms here. Yeah, bit of a tragedy there. You will note that this is not a scene, though. It is a goddamn arms race, and therefore we have a projector with no washroom assigned. That's a problem. In fact, I'm gonna have to fly out of range here in order to use this thing, I think. Okay, nice. Way outside of range. I might go kill that Reaver, to be completely honest. That might be a very good use of our time. As would setting up your projection. Okay, now just be careful you don't get it is upside down. That's what I was worried about. Perfect. You keep the projection, you show only the buildable parts. Done. Okay, we can fly back in. And all our missing bits and even some of our missing pieces are available. Okay, lovely. Okay, that's going to slowly get repaired. Let's drop this stuff off. Put that in there. This should have been cleared of iron. Now we got 600,000 iron on delivery. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Say that's delivered pretty well. Why have you not connected to the main base, though? What's the problem? Is Izzy's script dead? It happens. Maybe I just gotta kick it. Can't move something. Okay. Alright. Hold on. I think it's time for us to just get a quick recompile on you. Okay, there we go. Alright, he's chilling. Same errors, but maybe it'll work now? Yeah, there we go. Sounds like we're moving stuff over. Lovely. Lots of scrap metal, too. Alright, which means production should be kicking off. Yes, it is. Do we have artificial gravity? Not yet. Oh, crap. The Reaver Havelock, huh? 'Tis not moving towards me. That's kind of what I care about. And gravity generator components, I want to maintain 6 of those, please. And where's that ship? Okay, let's take it for a spin. So Izzy's ship refueler keeps these small reactors off unless the ship needs power. Then it turns them on, which is just what I want. So we should be able to dump all that in there. And then have a lot more bullets available to the guns should they need reloading. They can only hold so much, so don't panic. It will improve. Okay, the Reaver Berserker. That is our target. Hopefully, this thing charges while we're waiting. Okay, great job, Mr. LU. You blew up the Reaver and you didn't record it. Okay, I'm gonna be completely frank with all of you. It was buried in a rock and it didn't put up a fight. So we're not going to count that one anyway. Let's instead take on something else. There was that pirate station we can go fight. It had completely buried itself in the rock, and it was a turkey shoot, man. I just lit it up with the Gatlings, and that was game. I did end up with some ice and some scrap metal from the only surviving pieces, which was an oxygen generator. I mean, there's a Reaver Charger. I'm gonna blow that up. Yeah, that seems more appropriate. I mean, there was a Reaver Charger. You will note there is no longer a Reaver Charger. I do not know what happened to it. Oh, no, there he is. Reaver Charger is declared a potential target. What could you be attacking? You certainly could not be attacking the banana stand. You wouldn't. You wouldn't dare. Surely ye of more scruples would never. Oh, you seem most unscrupulous. Oh, no. This shall not be permitted. This shall not be permitted. We're gonna shoot you with the bullets. You're gonna wish you never came here, boy. Oh, it's large. Oh, we're dead. Well, there goes Lucy. That's not good. What the hell, dude? What is that? No, it took out the banana stand. Oh, the tragedy. What am I supposed to do now? It's all gone. I don't know what to do here. Okay, sorry. I wish I had a better shot of that. It just came out of nowhere. Oh, all our work. Now we do have a blueprint of the banana stand. We could get it to rebuild itself. But we don't have the, what do you call it? The rock. Oh, why not? Why not? At this point, you know what? Send it in. I'm ready for the challenge. And I'm gonna blow up this catwalk. Make myself feel better. Blow up that catwalk too. Okay, well the turrets are still working. Well, don't shoot me, please. Oh, let's take a bit of a gander. See what's left. Not much. Oh, that's disappointing. Okay, let's take a little look around. Well, he's cored out the banana, that's for sure. The apple is certainly emptier than it was before. We have our two blocks, but yeah, we lost the cargo containers with the ingots and the components. There goes the refinery, all of our assemblers. Yeah, basically starting from scratch here. That hurts. That really hurts. If you're wondering how it's repairing, that's it's grinding up the reaver bits and using that to put it all back together. Lost our reactor too. I guess we must have a battery somewhere, probably on this ship. That's keeping it all alive. Damn. Well, now what? Well, everybody, I guess this is up to you. What do you want to see us do? Is it time for the next series? Is this the end of Suit Only Survival Season 2? We have definitely failed to prevent the banana stand catastrophe. This was, I mean, who could have possibly seen this coming? Or do we overlay the blueprint? Do we attempt to rebuild the banana stand back to its former glory? Do we pack up shop on the stand and move everything we own onto the new ship? Ignore the block limit and take off for the stars? Becoming a rogue salvager? Does that become a different series? What do you guys think? The ship is pretty much intact. We're missing a couple of cargo containers, but nothing that can't be replaced. Let me know. And as always, everybody, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations and thank you. That puts you in the top 3% of viewers. Here's another video that YouTube thinks you're going to like, and here is a list of all the patron and channel member names. If you don't see yours on there, you can find a link down in the description where you can sign up and support this content directly. If your name is on there, well, you probably already know that, huh? So, what are you still doing here?